Hello and good morning, conscious cruisers. I am here with my co-host Elisa's Adventures in Cruising and Chet from Sea Leg Journeys. And today we are
He's
going to
so good.
talk about the joy of missing out. This social
Mm.
phenomenon going around, the joy of missing out, fear of missing out. What's the difference? And do you live by either of them? So let's talk about it.
Welcome into the Conscious Cruiser podcast, the know before you go approach to cruising and travel. The smartest cruiser is the Conscious Cruiser. And your conscious casters, Elisa, Chet, and Scott.
Yeah. Well, happy Monday to my co-host, and happy Monday to all of our conscious casters out there. We are going to talk today a little bit about the joy of missing out on cruising, and see if you guys have that kind of approach in your everyday lifestyle as well as your cruising lifestyle. So the joy of missing out really focuses on this perspective of being happy and content in kind of your own doing, right, without having that fear, right, of missing out. It's kind of the own joy of kind of just disconnecting from everything and just kind of being your own person and your own kind of making your own way. So, with that said, do you both disconnect from the real world? And we'll put the real world in quotations, the real world, when you guys are on a cruise? Alisa, we will go to you.
I mean, I feel like it's a work in progress. So sometimes I do go on cruises with the idea of like I'm gonna sit back and do nothing, and I'm gonna read that book while I'm on the sun deck, and then I get the Wi-Fi package. So it makes it a little harder to disconnect if you're scrolling on your phone instead of, soaking up the moment in the on the ship. But I also try to just enjoy the moments on the ship. So if I happen to wander into a lounge and there's somebody playing and I really am liking that, I'm gonna sit and enjoy that rather than rushing off to whatever else might have been on the schedule. So like just trying to focus on being present and enjoying the moment and savoring it because the cruise is a special thing still to me.
Absolutely. And you brought in one of the biggest ways we all have a little FOMO in our life, right? Social media, when we're scrolling and it's
Mhm.
that comparison. Oh my God, Elisa's on her cruise, or oh my God, Chet just got this, or oh my God, my friend Matt just got this, right? It's all that comparison and that fear of missing out. Now you want to go out and get that or something bigger or something better, right? So, right, this whole like joy of missing out mindset, right? I think you really hit on that really well, Elisa, and brought in a wonderful, wonderful explanation of, as you were saying that, I kind of imagined you reading your book, the kind of joy of missing out, right? And then you just like, you're like, oh, and then you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, here, fear of missing out. And it's just like, I should have got that before I went on my cruise, right? So, yeah, like
Right. It's easy to do.
110%. You
Yeah.
painted that. How about you, Chet?
Well, we definitely disconnect from social media as far as the
Right.
scrolling, like Elisa's talking about. Man, my phone's locked up. It's in the safe. It doesn't come out until we leave. And Robin from Sea Lake Journeys, hers gets locked in there until it's time for her to, if she has to do some work. She'll set
Mhm.
aside, like an hour of the day to get her computer on her laptop, and she has to have her phone to work with it
Yeah.
for
Right.
security stuff. And so she'll do that for an hour, and maybe I'll, when she's done with that, we'll go live. If I'm going to go live, we go live from her phone, and
Mhm.
we'll go ahead and do it while we got it out, and then we put it away, and then
Oh,
we don't
okay.
touch it again until the next day. So there's no looking through Facebook, no looking through YouTube, none of that stuff. It's strictly for work purposes, her job or the channel itself doing a live,
Right.
and that's it. The rest of the time,
Right.
that stuff's locked away. So we do put away everything that we absolutely can, and only bring in what we feel like we must. her work, which paid for the cruise, and the YouTube channel, which also helps pay for the cruise.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would say, you know, I think it's kind of like that balance, like Elisa said. I think it's kind of in the middle. And I'll be honest with you. There are some cruises where I do not get the Wi-Fi package for that kind of, I don't want to say forcing myself, but kind
Yeah.
of taking that mindset approach before I get on. This is going to be that JOMO cruise for me, right? I'm still going to film content, right? But it's going to be posted when I get back. I'm not worrying about getting it up in real time. I'm not worried about seeing, you know, what's going on YouTube this week. I'm not worried about what's going on Facebook, right? Yes. Can you still contact me if there's an emergency? I get it. And I know people have families at home. They're like, I can't disconnect from the real world. That's not disconnecting from the real world. I'm not talking about that, right? If your family needs to get in touch with you because something happened, that's not disconnecting from the real world. That is the real world, right? We're talking about the social media. We're talking about the emails. We're talking about all the craziness in life, right? And having that joy of just being there with that book with Elisa, right? Sitting next to me. Hey, you want to go and get a crab cake? Sure. Let's go. Right? The joy of missing out. I don't really know where I come
love seafood. I do love seafood. I don't know if we talked about that.
Oh my Lord. Okay, so with that said, and we might have kind of summed this up, but do you know before you guys are getting on the cruise? I kind of stepped into this question. Do you guys know before you're going on, well before, if you're going to get the Wi-Fi, or is it more of a on the spot decision? Like, I'm bored. Let's get the Wi-Fi.
Go ahead, Chet. You go.
Well, we're definitely going to get it. And we don't just get the little Wi-Fi. We go ahead and get the premium streaming, whatever it is, the Mega Daddy premium, because she has to have the best internet for her work. You know, so we kind of got to. And since you got it anyway, that just opens the door for being able to do a live stream or two from the ship. So, yeah, we're going to get the Wi-Fi. We know we're going to get it. We're going to get the premium one and not mess around with that little dinkly other one that ain't going to work for us no way.
Every single time, too? Every cruise?
Every cruise. Yeah.
The little Wi-Fi. I love Chet's names. The little Wi-Fi.
The little Wi-Fi that could.
The little Wi-Fi that can.
Nobody chooses me. I'm only $5.50 a day. Yeah, but you can't do anything.
Yeah, right.
You're right.
But I'm
True. Yeah, we need some statistics on that. Is that a good seller? I don't think it is.
You can't do anything, but it's cheap.
That's a marketing tactic.
Yeah.
Funny.
How about you, Elisa? Do you know you're going to get the Wi-Fi package before, or is it like a spur of the moment?
I don't think I've ever bought it spur of the moment, but I have like purposely waited to include that in my onboard spending budget. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can get a good deal on the Wi-Fi if you're watching the specials ahead of time, but sometimes you miss that and you're like, oh, I did want to, well, it's going to cost me the same. I'll just do it when I board, and then that'll be on my account, and I'm going to spend the money that way. But normally I'm getting it because, like you said, Chet, you gotta get the package that's gonna actually do what you would need it to do. It's like no, I don't necessarily want to look at the email, but don't give me the package that gives me the email. I want to be able to do streaming or watch something streaming on there. So yeah, I'm normally getting it. Try not to just mindlessly scroll, like we said, and be in the moment on your cruise. But I may or may not pre-purchase it, you know, if that makes any sense.
I mean, hey, look, listen, the cruise companies are getting smarter, and they're coming up with the times, right? I just got a flyer in the actual mail itself, which I'm like, what? From Carnival itself. And now a lot of these cruise companies are doing this bundle and save. So they're making it even more hard, I would say, more hard to have that JOMO, right? In a sense, right? Everybody has their own perception of what JOMO is, but right, really that whole disconnect. They're making it harder because they're bundling the Wi-Fi, they're bundling the drink package, they're bundling everything. And this was the actual players club. So this was actually through the casino, them offering $200 onboard credit plus bundling everything, and then taking like $400 off the package, something crazy like that, right? The bundle and save. So a lot of these cruise companies, almost all of them, are coming attuned to this, that this is what the consumer and the cruiser wants, right? I need to be able to work at sea. I need to be able to do this at sea. I need to be able to check my Facebook. I need to be able to check my bank account, right? X, Y, and Z. I want to go live streaming. I want to have this, right? So they're listening to that. Oh, I want to have the drink package. That's the other thing people say. That's the other thing people say, right? So they're getting smarter and they're bundling all of these things because they've heard it, right? And it's spending all of and buying all of these things and spending it for whether you decide to do it on the ship or off the ship, a la carte kind of gets expensive if you don't have the extra perks for, free Wi-Fi or, free drinks at sea, free bubbles or free upgrades. It gets really expensive and pricey. So them doing the bundle and save, I think, while I don't really agree with it, I agree with it on the consumer sense of it. But as far as the Jomo sense for this podcast, I don't really agree with it because it is making it harder and harder for us to actually disconnect. And all of us have that social feeling that we have to have our phone, right? And I remember growing up, I never was like, I walked out of the room, I never said, oh, where's my phone? Now I walk out of the cruise room, I'm like, oh my God, where's my phone? I'm like, I do that at home. I don't want to do that here, right?
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes I don't get the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. I mean, I resisted getting a cell phone for years and years, just because I'm like, I don't need that. I could talk to people later. I could, I didn't think you needed it. So it's to see that evolution of not only do you feel lost sometimes without the phone, or, you'll turn around if you're driving somewhere because you don't have your phone with you and you need it. But making that switch when you're on a cruise ship sometimes takes a little extra thought.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I will tell you, fear of missing out, joy of missing out. There is a bunch of ungroup cruises that are happening within the next year, 2 years. And this next one, I think whether it's joy or fear, I think you got to go on whatever missing out so you don't miss out on this ungroup. Yes, make sure to get on board with the Match Game crew on February 14th, 2027, aboard the Carnival Celebration, the Ungroup Cruise. You are going to not want to fear of missing out, joy of missing out. You're not going to want to miss it. So make sure you book that cruise and then let us know so we can include you in the fun. Now, speaking of the bundle and save, that is what I got actually to my mailbox. So I was not fibbing or lying about that. But yeah, we're not going to be using that. But I thought it was interesting that they're starting to actually send physical flyers again to their customers. So
yeah, people are asking for it.
They are. They're asking for deals. They really are. And it's that season for deals. So I feel like we're going to be talking about that on a future episode, and season deals and Black Friday deals and holiday deals. So on our next question, are you considered a flexible cruiser? Would you consider yourself a flexible cruiser? Elisa, do you think you're a flexible cruiser?
I guess flexible? What do you mean by flexible?
As far as we'll use the cliche term, anything goes.
I mean, I feel like I can go with the flow, and I don't stress if I miss this show or this singer or whatever. Although I have my preferences, like I really don't want to miss an Aqua show. Like I want to see that. Yeah, I really don't want to miss Tea Time. I really try to get there, but
yeah, that's another one.
But I know that it's not the end of the world if I'm doing something else instead. So I'm flexible that way, but I'm not flexible about things that I expect and know should be a part of my cruise. Like I always expect that we're going to have good service. I always expect that my cabin steward is going to be, friendly and helpful, things like that. So Yes. I think I'm an easygoing kind of cruiser, but there are things that you expect and I think you pay for. So if it's not quite right, you should speak on it.
100%. Yeah, flexibility and expectation is two totally different things. So you're definitely easygoing cruiser for sure. But I think all of us should have those kinds of expectations, especially when you're trying to make this a cruise of your, a cruise
Yeah,
experience and
vacation of a
a vacation
lifetime
of a
or at least of the
lifetime.
year. Yeah.
Exactly. You don't want a nasty cabins to it. And honestly, in all of
I've
the years
never
that
I've
I've
never
cruised,
had that. I've never
me
had that. You
neither.
guys have not.
Me
So
neither. Maybe a bad day. Maybe a bad day, but they're not taking it out on you. You can see them just,
no.
at the towel. It's like, oh, okay, well, let them talk. Hey, Edgar, do whatever you want to do with the towel, brother. All up to
Yeah, if
you.
I don't get the towel animal of that day, we're good. We're still good. We're still
We're
good.
good.
Talk.
You eat my chocolate, buddy. You got it. You need it. Remember when they used to leave little chocolates on your pillow? I'm
Yeah,
sorry to bring everybody back.
yeah, yeah.
Sure do. Oh Lord,
Uh,
I'm as flexible as they get. If they come and tell me, hey, we can't stop in Bimini tomorrow, so we're going to have to have another day at sea, I'm going to be like, okay.
All right.
Hey, the show got canceled tonight, so we're going to have a ukulele guy playing out in the atrium. I'm like, okay.
okay.
It's amazing.
We're changing the dining time from 5 to 9 to 6 to 11. I'm like,
Right.
okay.
There's still food, right? Yeah.
I'm probably the most flexible you're ever going to run into. It's hard to imagine them saying something that I'm actually going to become a brick wall on and go, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it would take to do that. It'd have to be something, but flexible, man, I can't even plan out what I'm doing. Me and Robin from Sea Lake Journeys, we just left the cabin. We're on our way to go watch this show, and all of a sudden we see something going on over there. Squirrel!
Yeah.
Let's go see. Hey, that looks interesting. Let's go do that. And we go do that. Hey, let's go take a nap. Oh, we missed supper. Oh, well, we'll have pizza instead. I mean, whatever happens, it just happens, and we're pretty chill about it all. So, and that's the other thing I like to tell people. If somebody's cruising with us, say, hey, man, if we tell you we're going to meet you over there at 5 o'clock, we absolutely intend to. But if we ain't there, it's because squirrel, we saw something else, and, good luck finding us. But, yeah, flexibility, I think, is necessary because your itineraries can change. We've had that happen many times. Weather can change. You plan on having a beach day, and guess what? There's 4 inches of rain coming down out there. So you have to do something else. But that's life. That's just real life. You have to be flexible in life and, have fun. Find something else to have fun. Be flexible like Gumby at Sea Lake Journeys.
Anybody else picturing that blowy balloon thing outside the car dealership?
Oh yes, I have one of those, but it is it's dead, so it doesn't really. I have to replace the battery.
Yeah, that thing.
Sorry, Ross. Yeah. So, I do have one of those. Yeah, flailing arm guy.
It's not a sail until you have a big one of them dudes doing this air noodle. Yeah.
For when we talk about deals, I promise I will have floating arm guy up.
Yeah.
Yes, but as far as flexibility, listen, being in the work that I do, and I'm sure everybody else, your normal everyday life is very scheduled. So the one thing that I really like when I go on cruising is having no plans whatsoever, right? If I want to do trivia and then I show up and it's a bust, I'm going to go eat eggs up on the Lido while I'm going down the slide if I want to do that, right? And hey, I didn't have a plan. Well, maybe before I go down the slide, but maybe I didn't have a plan to do that, and I'm going to do that. Okay, so flexible for me as far as cruising is the term anything goes, and as flexible as I am ever, you will see that on a cruise. I kind of let it all go loose on a cruise because I'm so scheduled in my everyday life. Not loose like that, but I really just am, as like Chet said, carefree. If I'm doing something and I get squirreled and then I get squirreled again and then I get squirreled again and the buffet's closed and I meant to go to the buffet, well, guess what? We're going to go to Guys, or we're going to get room service wings and make a video out of it.
There you go.
I didn't even know about it, but that's what we're going to do. And staying flexible, I really think, lets you experience cruising at its forefront, right? Because you really never know what, and I'm not trying to scare anybody, but you never really know what to expect on a cruise. And I think that that is really one of the most exciting parts about being on the sea for 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 12 days, 14 days, now getting into bill territory, 29 days, and so
Yeah.
on and things like that. So
And especially for people who haven't cruised before, like being open to trying new things and seeing new things and not doing exactly what, so and so told you had to see when you were on the ship, or this one's posted in their video is the end all be all. Like, it's your vacation. Like, do things that you find fun, that you find interesting, and make it your own. So yeah, be open.
Yeah.
110%. Okay, so that brings us actually that you kind of segued into our question of the cast. That whole like comparison and that like FOMO, right? And that culture of like doing it all, right? And it really kind of leaves us sometimes where we kind of feel like we need a vacation from our vacation, right?
Yeah.
And I know that so many of you have said that, right? And maybe we're not even talking about cruising, we're just talking about a vacation in general, right? You have gone on that vacation, been so busy, the fear of missing out. I gotta go up to the Grand Canyon and ring the bell and slap what's the guy, the hairy guy that goes on the mountains, the big beast. I gotta
Bigfoot.
I gotta slap Bigfoot. Yeah, like maybe you don't. Maybe you just gotta go halfway, take the picture, and then come back. The joy of being there and experiencing it. Maybe you don't have to ring the bell, right? But FOMO has us leaving wanting more, right? And that comparison, whereas JOMO focuses on more of doing less and like being there in the moment and kind of taking it in as it comes. Where do you guys feel that you fall on this in, I would say, everyday life? Because I feel like that transfers over as you're cruising and as you're traveling and as you're being, mindful in everyday things. Where do you guys put yourself? JOMO, FOMO? I don't know. I haven't made an acronym for the middle, so but JOMO, FOMO, where do you guys fall?
Domo Warigato, Mr. Roboto.
So, Jomo. Jomo.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, we started cruising. I'll allude back to cruising here again. We thought we had to do it all. We got on there. We looked at the schedule. Okay, if we go here at 1 o'clock, we can be back over here at 1:45. And then at 2:15, we can go over here and do this. And 3 o'clock, we can do that. I mean, we had it all planned out. We were running from the ice carving event to the water slide to the paper folding thing to the lunch. And I mean, and then finally, after a few cruises, we realized, man, we got to chill out.
We're tired.
Thank goodness I don't have to go see the ice carving no more. I've seen it a couple of times now. So then over the stuff we've already done and did and seen and all that, we finally realized you don't have to do it all in one cruise. So, we started off as the FOMOs and we have evolved or changed over to the JOMOs. Whereas this last cruise we were just on, the number one activity we did on that ship was sleep. A lot of sleeping. And I'll tell you, my Fitbit measures my sleep, right? It'll tell you how long you slept, what your sleep score was, and your state of readiness for the next morning, right?
Oh.
I have never gotten higher than like a 65 on the score, right? 65 is great. I got 2 days of 100.
Wow.
100. I never even thought that was possible.
Chat.
How's that possible? I was like, you got to be kidding me. And the other days were like 85%. So, if you need the rest, don't miss out on the rest. So we're definitely into the JOMO. We're going to just have a good old time and whatever it is we're doing. And don't worry about what we missed because there's always another cruise.
The best sleep at sea.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The best sleep in the world is on a cruise ship.
That is very true. That is very true. You sleep very well. That gentle rocking of the ship or something like that. It puts you to sleep. It puts you to sleep. I mean, I guess I feel like we're definitely always evolving. And I definitely understand why we had the mentality, we have to see it all. We have to get our money's worth. We paid for this. We did that. And I see that here. And I live in Orlando. I see that here in Orlando too, with everybody going to the theme parks. They've paid for these tickets. They've got it. You got to get it in. You got to do it. And I think I have had that mentality for a long time too. But as I just, guys, when I went to Greece this summer, one of the things that I was really like, I have to go to the Acropolis. I have to do the Acropolis Museum
Mhm.
as well. There were just these things that I'm like, I won't be to Athens. I haven't experienced Athens if I don't do these things. Well, y'all know how the Acropolis went for me. A little rough.
Go and watch
Glad
that
I
video.
did it, but it
Good
was
for
a
you.
little tough.
It's tough.
I did not make it to the museum, and I am not devastated by that. And instead of now thinking of that as a one and done, a bucket list, and never going again, I really would love to go again. So,
Okay. Okay.
just again, it's back to the flexibility, just to being open and being open to the possibilities. Before that trip, I never thought, I was going to get there, but I definitely didn't think I would be thinking about going again, because I thought it was a one and done, a once in a lifetime thing. But things change. Your priorities change, your interests change. So
Yeah.
yeah, just enjoy the moment that you're in.
Yeah. I
100%.
like that.
I
Yeah.
and
like
I think I'm kind of understanding why and it kind of took me a whole year to really understand this, but I think I'm kind of understanding why the cruisers gravitate towards those older ships. Yes, and I'm speaking of the Paradise and I'm speaking of the
Yeah.
Elation, right?
Yep.
And it's because, right, that the joy of missing out is really present on those ships because hey, there's not a lot to do than just be with each other and just hang out at the bar or hang out in the wherever and just there's a piano bar and like a live music and like that's it, and then you
Yeah.
make your own fun, right? So it's the joy of missing out. So I think that a lot of the old time cruisers go on those cruises because that is the memories that they grew up with. They don't need all the bells and whistles. And on the other side, the fear of missing out, and something that I personally experienced on my very last cruise, was the MSC World America. Now I went on that ship with, oh my God, I got to ride the dry slide. I got to do this. I saw it all on social media. I wanted to do it. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
know if I was going to be there again. And just like Elisa, I said, hey, I can't wait to go back. And now I'm going to drive, I'm probably going to go back, 2 or 3 times before they crop MSC World America and make double World America or whatever it may be, right? So yes, I think really the bigger ships now make it harder to live in that JOMO, right? I think we're living in that FOMO because there are so many social media influencers and so many YouTubers and so many content creators and so much of that being exposed to the internet, even from the media teams, right, themselves,
Yeah.
right? Watch a Royal commercial. Oh my Lord, you feel like you are going down that slide with them. You're like, I want to go, right? So we're being just exposed to it more, and then you go there and you're like, I need to do that, right? So it's harder, and you don't see commercials for the Elation. You don't see how much fun that Denise and that crew just had, Bone Tired Travelers just had on their Elation cruise, because guess what? They ain't making commercials about the Elation, but I bet they had the most fun that they ever had. I saw Kurt in his
Yep.
cast. He was a living it
Oh,
up.
Yep.
Oh my Lord, right? And that's the JOMO of it all. They were just there. And the joy of missing out, being with each other, was just having those memories and talking about, oh my God, remember when we put that hat on, Kurt? I'm making it all up, right? Remember, that is the joy of missing out. And that, honestly, to me, was what we all fell in love with cruising first, because we didn't have the 11-story dry slides and we didn't have
Yeah.
the roller coasters on ships when it first was a thing, when cruising first came out. So yeah, that's why it's harder now, because everybody wants to go on those bigger ships.
yeah.
That's what you're seeing on TV. That's what you're seeing on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's what's being put in front of your face. Go on our bigger ship. Don't go on our smaller ship. Go on our bigger ship, right? It's going to cost you more, but you're going to have an experience of a lifetime. You'll be dancing like this when you come out. Right?
Some of us will.
Come on, Lisa. Get up, join us.
They are the dancing machines, apparently, of this podcast.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Well, hey, listen. I do know before we go. Oh, see what I did there? Do know before we go, another group cruise, you can come on and dance like this. Maybe dance like, can we dance like this, Chet, if we go?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But you do have to know something very important. I think you have to know your ABCs to go on this cruise.
The AB Season U Group Cruise 2026 is the cruise you have been waiting for. Don't miss this opportunity to set sail on the magnificent Carnival Horizon for an epic 8-day sailing from Miami to the beautiful ABC Islands. After 2 amazing sea days, you will arrive at the island of Aruba where you can see the California Lighthouse or just take in the scenery. The next stop is Bonaire, with its picturesque pink salt flats and amazing beaches. And then the last port of call is Curacao, where you can take a panoramic island tour or just take in the sights. 2 more sea days wrap up this cruise, and you will have plenty of time to hang out at the Pig and Anchor Bar, the Havana Bar, or the Ocean Plaza. There is so much to do on the horizon, and this is why it is a favorite among many. Contact Bruce at Ocean Travel or Felicia at Syrup City Travel today for more details and booking information for this amazing group cruise. We'll see you on board.
Boom, boom, boom. The ABCs and U group cruise. Get yourself on that cruise April 11th.
Yep.
11.
Next year, I'll be on it. I'm on it, already booked, ready to go.
Yeah. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm not far behind. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming on in to today's episode of the Conscious Cruiser. We have made our move now to this channel only. So we have our episodes now being loaded here on YouTube under the Conscious Cruiser. All 3 of us have our own respective channels too as well. So please go on over and check out Controversial Cruising, Elise's Adventures in Cruising, and Sea Leg Journeys, as well as our journey on Spotify. So you can listen in the car, on your way to the port, on your way to work, on your way anywhere. And
Yes.
as Chet always says, I think we sound better on Spotify, right, Chet?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And we're on our way over to 100 over there, because we could do some really cool things over there once we get to 100 listeners. And I think we have like 38 of you guys now streaming. So thank you guys. Over 300 streams lifetime on all of our episodes. So we are so grateful and so appreciative.
Oh, that's good.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Thank you guys very much. And we will see you guys right back here next week. And if you decide to go on over to Go Live Together with Jeremy Sherrill and Mr. Eddie, please let them know that we sent you and give them a little conscious raid. And we'll see you guys there. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Have a great Monday. Chet, it's already open. I already beat you to the Monday mood, Chet.
I'll see you
Man.
there.